Hey everyone, so I'm going to teach you a little bit today about how to get set up with a couple of our online learning resources which you can use to learn how to paint, how to sew, how to cook, how to code, how to learn a new language. Pretty much anything you want to learn, we almost certainly have a way for you to start learning. And since I don't want this video to be 3 hours long, I'm just going to focus on a couple today. And they happen to be two of our newest databases. So if you go to our website at arapaholibraries.org and click on research, we're going to go down to, we have all of our online learning courses in this helpful little tab called Online Learning Courses. And when you click on it, it'll take you here. Now, all of ours are, if you scroll down beneath featured, they're just arranged in alphabetical order, but we're going to focus on our two newest ones. So the first is called Creativebug, and when you click on it, it'll take you to our portal in Creativebug. You'll notice in the banner it says Arapaho Libraries plus Creativebug. Now, I've already logged in, but you'll see in this box where my mouse is, you will see a field for you to enter your library card number and sign up with an email address. Now, once you've done that, you can go right in. Creativebug is a video learning database where they have gathered together professional artists to essentially teach you how to do pretty much any creative project you'd like to get started with. Everything from art and design, so painting, watercolors, sewing, crochet, paper, crafts and arts for kids. Pretty much anything that you'd like to learn, there's almost certainly a video in Creativebug. So I'm going to click on just to show you around, I'm going to click on the art and design. And you'll notice it has all of these classes listed. Now, where it's really useful is you can, of course, search. If you know specifically what you want to look for, you can search up here under classes. But if you just kind of like to browse around, under this tab called Filter Results, you can see we're already in art and design. But if you go down to class types, you can start looking around, and if you're looking for beginner classes, you can do that. If you're looking for classes that are really quick because you don't really want to spend that much time on these, you can do that, and then you can start browsing that way. So let's say I'm really interested in this sketchbook to painting class. You'll notice it says right here in the description about how long it'll take you to finish the class. It's all video based, so you can just go ahead and hit play and start following along if you want. And if you look down here under the video, you'll notice it has a couple of different tabs. There's one for materials, so you can see what sort of materials the artist is using and what the artist might recommend. You can also, again, with watercolors and things like that, you can also just sort of use whatever you might have handy as well. You can see the chapters. This isn't a terribly long class, but if you need to skip ahead, or if you're like, oh, I don't need to know the materials, I can just go down to the brainstorming and sketching phase. You can do that. You can also, this is already highlighted because I put it in my watch list, but when you click on a new class, you can also click on this button to add it to your watch list so that you can view it later if you don't necessarily want to watch it right now. Also, one more thing, if you click on this transcript button, you can see that everything that the artist is talking about is printed out down here. So if you don't want to listen, or if you prefer to read along, or if you prefer to, or if you don't have audio capabilities at the moment on your computer, you can also just read the transcript to see to get the lesson instead. Now, I don't have time to go. Oh, and here is your icon where you can see your watch list, and this is for your naturally just for your account. I don't have time to go into everything for Creativebug, but you should definitely check it out because there are a ton of really, really cool and really incredible tutorials for every sort of creative aspect or endeavor that you could think of. Now, let's move on to our other new one. So if you go back to our website, arapaholibraries.org, we're going to go again into research. We're going to go down to online learning courses. And before we get into Rosetta Stone, I would just quickly mention that we have a ton of great content and great video tutorials or web-based learning tutorials right here on our website. We don't have time to get into all of them, but if you're looking to learn any sort of new software, Lynda is great. If you're looking to learn coding, you can use Treehouse Web Development. Transparent Languages Online is great for, of course, learning languages. But I wanted to focus on our newest learning course, which is Rosetta Stone, the library edition. And you might already be familiar with Rosetta Stone. It's a very popular language acquisition software. And when you first click on that from our website, it'll ask you for your library card number and PIN. And then from there, you're just going to create a username and password. And then you're going to choose a language to learn. Now, you'll see that they have quite a few languages that you can get started with right away. I'm just going to pick French. And when you hit sign in, it'll take you here. What you're going to do is just click on this Launch Rosetta Stone Foundations button, and it'll take you right to your dashboard. Now, we'll let it load, of course. Now from here, you can see I've already done a few, but it'll get you started from the absolute bare, the absolute essentials of any language. So if you've never spoken a word of, for instance, I just picked French. If you've never spoken a word of French, it will get you up and running with pronunciation guides, with mixing and matching photos to words, hearing other people, hearing and translating other people speaking the language, and it will grade you. And if you have if your computer has a microphone built in, either has a microphone attached or a microphone built in, you can also link it so that it can give you feedback on your pronunciation. So that is essentially Rosetta Stone to get started with. It's an incredibly good tool for picking up a language from scratch. So if you're looking to get started with a new language, I would highly recommend it. And you can, of course, with your library card, get started right away. And again, I didn't have time to get into all of our online learning databases, but I would highly recommend that you check them out. And of course, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and let us know if you have any questions or you have any trouble accessing these resources. They're really quite wonderful, and I hope that everyone utilizes them. And please, again, don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.